and welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Antonio Polulo. And as you just saw, this is our track episode, and we have a couple good guests on. We have John Lewis, Mr. Adam Syty, and Janiel Slowly. So it'll be an interesting show. We're going to talk both boys and girls indoor track, but let's start with the girls here first, since we'll be visiting them later in the show. They're really, 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 really good. It's hard to say they're not good because they won states last year, and most of the runners are returning. That includes Janiel, Sierra Leonard. Those are two of their top runners. So they're really pretty much in shape to win states again. Maybe not next year, but hey, I won't be here next year, so it's not a big deal. Now the boys, they also won states last year, and it's time for them just to do it again. They have a bunch of returning runners. They have Christian Brissett, John Lewis we have on the show next, Kyle Davis. Cordell Richardson. It's ridiculous how good we are at track. It's just mind-boggling. It's like, think about it like this. There's no explanation to it other than that we just have great coaches here, and we have kids who really want to work hard and win. And that's something that's made this track team and really any running sport or field team really, really, really good. And we will be right back with John Lewis.
Hello, and we're back with John Lewis to talk some boys track. John, we're not really into the heat of the indoor track season, but we're starting to get into pace. How you been feeling? How you been doing so far?
I've been feeling great. We've been training really hard, and our first meet's tomorrow actually, and I think I'm ready to compete.
And good luck with that, of course. And just like you said, your first meet starts tomorrow. What are some goals? Not only maybe at this meet, but at future meets this year.
Future meets, every race I run in the states, I want to get a gold in the states, and I want to get a national title too.
Well, if you're going to get a national title, you're going to get scholarships, but you've already accepted one to Clemson. How did that happen?
Well, the coach came to my house and he showed real interest in me, so I went to visit, and I really like the campus down there, and they have a plan, and I want to be part of that plan, so I decided to sign there.
All right, well, thank you, John, for being on, and we'll be right back. Back with Mr. Adam Syty. He's the English teacher at Cheltenham, and he's also the girls' track coach. Now, Mr. Syty, you got here in 2009. How's your experiences been at Cheltenham so far?
So far, everything's been great. I really enjoy it here. I think there's a lot of creativity, a lot of passion, a lot of people really trying to work hard and be successful here. So I've really enjoyed myself.
You replaced Mr. Molish after he left to teach AP. And now you're kind of dealing with the snooty juniors who kind of all they care about is getting good grades and getting in college. How's that been?
Well, since having your class last year, it's certainly a change. No one can replace you, but they're working hard. They're doing well. It's middle of the year. You're starting to see a lot of progress. These are some kids that really want to be successful, and I really believe that they're working to their best abilities.
Well, I am the best at it.
Yes. Well, what can we say?
We have Janiel on later, and Janiel's a great girl. She's absolutely fabulous. So what's one thing you would want to take away from if Mr. Syty could take away from Janiel, what would it be?
Well, I think Janiel's a really, really hard worker. She's a leader. She's not afraid to step out and tell people what they need to get done so that as a team, the team can get better. I remember as a freshman, her goal was to win the state meet in the hurdles. And, while she hasn't done that yet, that goal has driven her to improvement, and her best friend, has won the state meet in the hurdles. Her team has won the state meet in the hurdles. And without her determination and without her desire for that, I don't think we would have accomplished anything else along the way.
What I would have wanted to take away from Janiel. I would like to be a young African American girl like really athletic like hers, you know, pretty much get wherever I want, super smart. Like that's what I would want to take away.
No. Well, we can certainly set up that mentorship program with her, and I think if you're willing to follow in her footsteps, maybe someday you can be like Janiel.
Hear that, kids? Even me. Now,
I don't care. Like,
who would you rather be? Henry Thoreau or wait for it, Jay Gatsby?
Well, I think that given the circumstances in Jay Gatsby's life, I'd prefer to be Thoreau a little bit. Nothing would be better than having a nice cabin on the pond, getting to relax every day, walk around in the woods a little bit, and just, that would be quite the nice life. Maybe someday in retirement I can build my own Henry David Thoreau cabin on Walden Pond. So that's my choice.
How would you say? Just saying, like you wouldn't want all that money, all the women. I'm just saying.
Well, some things will be left unsaid.
All right, you heard that, folks. And just sitting now, this is the point where I give you the mic, and you have to confess something to all the good people out there in Cheltenham.
Well, I'd like to confess that here at Cheltenham, I truly believe this is a place where everybody can be successful. We're blessed with a program of kids that work very hard in both their academics and athletics. And I think the world should really come here and see what really goes on behind the scenes. Because there's a lot of good things that really make this a great place, and I hope that everyone knows that. Thank you.
Well, now
Hello, and we are back with a girl that is anything but slow, Janiel Slowly. Now, Janiel, you're here to talk some indoor track. And last year, you guys actually won states.
yeah, we did. It was a really, really good experience.
And, you're obviously looking to repeat this year.
Yeah, we're definitely looking to repeat what we did last year, come back a lot stronger with more diversity in like things that we do, long jump, triple jump, 4x4, stuff like that. Definitely trying to encourage some girls to qualify and make the states, and definitely be a strong voice at states.
Yeah. And now you started your season last Friday. That was the 12th, I believe.
Yeah.
And it was at Lehigh. How'd that meet go?
It went very, very well. I had some individual accomplishments. My friend Sierra, we had some very...
Sierra Leonard?
Yeah, Sierra Leonard. She placed first in the hurdles. I placed third. We had a really good 4x4, 4x2, and a really good distance medley relay. So we're coming in really strong this year.
That looks good. And now, you talked a little bit about what you did personally at Lehigh. Do you have any kind of long-term personal goals this season?
Yeah, for myself, I qualified for states last year. Unfortunately, I had to step out for the semifinals since I had more stuff to work on, like long jump, and I was dealing with an ankle injury. But this year, I'm definitely trying to, make it to states and definitely place within those top 3 girls, because I know I can. In terms of the 4x2, definitely trying to do the same thing, come back really strong, maintaining perfect and really safe handoffs, because that can really make or break a relay.
Thank you for being on. But before we let you go, very rarely do we get to touch on serious issues here. And, since you've been on, you're kind of the leader of putting the black paper on the lockers to represent police brutality. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Well, a couple of friends and I got together and we were like, we really need to do something, not protest-like, but kind of a way of, showing our kind of respect for the men and families who are affected by this this series of police brutality. So what we did was we got out some black paper, put them on some lockers for students who are really interested in doing that, of course. And we put the papers on the locker, and it was kind of funeral-esque, where you know how you wear black to a funeral. That's how it was, and definitely trying to get the word out to the Cheltenham student body, like these lives do matter, and black lives do matter at the end of the day. All lives matter.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for being on. You're great. And we'll be right back with Let's Get Major. Hello and welcome back. We're going to clear a couple things up first. The reason why you saw that interview with me and John Lewis in the green room is because Ferry, she can't hear us, wouldn't let me use the set third period when the TV2 crew was in here. And I said, Ferry, let me just use it for 5 minutes. And Ferry said no. That's why we get that little rugged interview. And yes, those pants they are suede, and yes, they are fabulous, and yes, they are comfortable. And if you want to if you would like to add the black paper to your locker, find Janiel in the hallway. She's the nicest girl, or Ian Morris. These are two fabulous people. If you find them in the hallway, they'll absolutely say hello, and without a doubt, they'll help you do it. But now, let's get major. And I'd like to congratulate the Dallas Cowboys on reaching their peak of having Tony Romo as their quarterback. Yep, beating the Philadelphia Eagles Week 15, 2014 is the peak. Because even if they go and they get a home playoff game and they say maybe upset Seattle, who was playing without Bobby Wagner when they first played, and was really, Seattle was beat up, playing with a lot of injuries, and really just weren't ready to play the Dallas Cowboys, then get beat by the Seahawks at home. I mean, so say they even upset the Seahawks. They're probably going to have to play a road play. Then they're going to play a road game. And that's probably where they're going to lose when they have to go to, Green Bay. They do have to go to Seattle because it'll probably end up being Arizona, the wild card, and the Lions. So, I mean, really, this is kind of the peak, Tony Romo. Congratulations. DeMarco Murray, yeah, he's not going to come back. Every running back in NFL history who's had over, 380, I think 390 carries in a season have never matched that total amount of yards, never ran over 300, had over 300 carries again. So congratulations, Tony Romo and the Dallas Cowboys. It's all going to be great. That's the bell. And one more thing before I let my crew go. Listen, Tony, you don't choke in December anymore because you have an offensive line. But it's kind of ironic that they gave out now because, by the way, Mr. Coach to the office, Tony Romo, bat gave out while he was playing quarterback previously when they had the bad offensive line. Now they finally have the good one. And it's going to be funny to see Tony Romo walk away from the game in 2 years because of a bad back. Oh, yeah, and Des Bryant's going to lead you this offseason because Jerry Jones isn't going to pay him. But somebody else will. So congratulations, Dallas Cowboys. You beat the Philadelphia Eagles Week 15, 2014 with the peak of Tony Romo's career. All right, I'd like to thank Ferriola. Mrs. Ferriola, even though she didn't let me use the set of the John Lewis interview. Ben Nussbaum. There we go, got that right. Antonio Mascara, they were helping in the back with some of the interviews. I'd like to thank one of the random TV One kids who you don't get a name because you're a TV One kid. I also don't remember it. Sorry about that. Ben's cracking up. So is Antonio. Yeah, that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Oh! You didn't even see that come on the screen. See you next time. Bye. I was not ready there. I was not ready.